What is up, guys? Your boy, I'm here today with another fantastic deck. So last week I was challenged by one of my viewers to create an Espeon deck, and I was like, oh, you know what? We can do that, but Espeon itself is, well, not the best attacker right now, so you have to mix it up with something. So I came up with a deck last week, kind of, tweaked a little bit throughout the week, played it on stream a little bit, and I think it's really, really good. First things first, coffee. Also really good. But before I'm going to talk about the deck itself, let's not forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like that. Alright, okay, so Espeon, of course, Energy Crush. This attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So you actually, it adds damage for each of your opponent's energy that they have on their side of the board, which is quite cool. It's like really nice, but in current standard format, it's not always possible to attack for more than 60 because there's not a lot of energy floating around, depending on, of course, your matchup. In expanded, definitely different story, but here, well, I was like, oh man, I have to figure something out. So I figured it out. I decided, well, let's do a spread deck out of it, because as you do, you want to keep it psychic type, and I was like, okay, you know what? We have a nice Weezing line, we have, nice Mimikyu. Also, we have new Blaze that everyone, is so hyped that we created decks before it was cool. So I was like, alright, let's go with that. So this is the whole deck, and let's go card by card. So because we're using evolutions, we do have one copy of Ditto Prism. The card that is a must-have in any evolution deck, right? Any deck that has like stage 1s, it's a must-have. Then we have a line of 3/3. Eevee and Espeon, but the Eevee that we're using is Follow My Tail. Why are we using this particular Eevee? Just because of this Follow My Tail attack that lets you search for other Eevees, so you can kind of fill up the bench with them. Of course, Espeon, 3 Espeons actually. We got 2 Blacephalons, because again, because we're a baby deck, we can kind of control when our opponent is going to hit 3 prize card mark. And this is really good because then we can actually just start blasting them with Fireworks Bomb, and we kind of prepared them already before with our Weezing and Shrine of Punishment. And speaking of, we've got Koffing, 3 Koffings actually, and we've got 3 Weezings. I mean, I know I'm using this Koffing and I'm not using Roxy. If you want, you can use Roxy. I didn't like Roxy in this version of the deck. I tried her, I really tried her here, but it just didn't felt right. It just didn't felt like it's needed. But if you want, you can always add Roxy to discard those Koffings. 3 Weezing, of course, with the Tension Gas, and 1 Mimikyu with a Shadow Box. Well, why Shadow Box? Pokemon GX that have any damage counters have no abilities. Mew 3, Keldeo. Not really. Hitran, right, GX. So those, you just neglect their abilities. On top of that, we have 4 custom catchers, 4 mysterious treasures, 4 Pokégears 3.0, 3 Pokémon Communications, 1 Giant Hearth, 1 Power Plant, and 3, a little bit heavy, but we have to, Shrines of Punishment. On top of that, 4 Cynthias, 4 Welders, because we are doing, a little bit fire type engine for the double attachment, 4 Splattering Sludge, 4 spell tags, 7 fire type energy, and 5 psychic type energy. Of course, you have to remember the ratio of the energy. You really have to control how much psychic type energy you use, because we're kind of only using few for Energy Crush and for Fireworks Bomb. Everything else goes right here on the Weezing. So you have to bear that in mind as you're playing, because it's really easy to misuse that energy. And of course, we're using Mysterious Treasure, Pokémon Communication, all of those tools to help us check what is priced. Because again, with this energy, it's really important that you know what is priced. With evolution decks, it's important, to know what evolutions are priced, what cards are priced, what is happening. So let's save that deck, let's go, let's have some fun, and let's play. Espeon, that is the name of this deck that I've created here, and of course the whole deck is down there below in the description, so you can just go there, copy and paste, and have fun in Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So definitely Espeon is a nice card for expanded, and there's no doubt about that, because in this one you kind of have the double dragon energy, you've got double energy in general, like DCE. Here it is a little bit harder to pull him off, But again, getting from point A to point B, not a bad card, especially with Allure as a draw. It's fine with me. So let's go. We've won you want to go first or you want to go second? You do want to go first because we are evolving, right? You want to evolve into those stage 1. So let's take a look at our first hand, and I can already tell you we're kind of okay. So there is going to be a mulligan, which is fine with me. I've not played Mimikyu yet because I don't know what he has. It might be an ADP. Oh, okay. It's a Dragonite deck. So, do I really want to put Mimikyu on the board? Honestly, not really. Alright, so let's play Pokégear 3.0. Let's see. We got a Cynthia. Alright. So, because I know I will evolve into Psychic type here, I can actually go and put Spell Tag. So, we're gonna try. Because I know this is. Okay, so I'm facing a deck that uses a lot of energy. So, I know Eevee is going to be my attacker. There is still no chance of actually me checking out my deck. There's no GXs and Dragonite, I believe, with abilities. So I'm just gonna play Cynthia and just take a look. Okay, so definitely we're doing Koffing, and I can do two things. You know what? Let's play that Pokémon Communication, just so I can browse through the deck, right? So let's take a look. We got 2 Eevees, 2 Espeons, right? So 1 Eevee's here, 1 Espeon's here. They're fine. Weezing is okay. Alright, so Pokemon line is fine. We got a custom catcher in my hand. 1 Mysterious Treasure, I believe, is prized. Yep. 1 Pokégear is prized. Let's take a look in further. Giant Hearth is prized. Welder is prized, and 2 spell tags. Those are 6 cards that are prized. You know, actually the energy is not prized at all, which is quite good. And if I want to, I can just go, and this time I'm going to go for Ditto. Why I'm going to take Ditto? Well, I can evolve Ditto into Weezing and into anything else that I want. So energies goes on Koffing. Custom catcher for the draw, it's fine with me. And actually, it's okay. That was not a bad turn. We still have a custom catcher for the draw. It's fine. I know I have Espeon. Whatever I'm going to draw, I can play Mysterious Treasure on it. Get a Weezing. Right. I think that's not a bad thing. Of course, if I'm going to draw 5-type energy, I can use Allure. Best case scenario, I'm going to be using something different. Right. But here, I think we're fine. Especially with Espeon coming onto as an active next turn. Yep, he just passed. There was nothing here. Welder. Oh boy. Oh, you see, like now I can't really discard. Yeah, I'm gonna discard Welder. Like, I know that was a risky move. But I just need to draw more than a dead card in my hand, which is Welder right now. And that's kind of it right now. There's a card that is a dead. As of right now, you just drop it. And look at that. We kind of, that was kind of good. Because now I can actually, I drew a Welder, I drew another 5-type energy. So I can actually have a second attachment. As I said, fire type over here. But look at that. We do have Psychic type energy that I can play here. But the thing is that as of right now, Weezing is going to do a lot more. I know I still have 4 Psychic type energies in my deck, so even though I don't really want to, but I'm going to retreat, play Shrine of Punishment for the future turns, and Splattering Sludge, because this is just me dealing that damage, right? Preparing those mons, because he's going to evolve them at some point. Right, and I do want to attack them as soon as possible, just so I can actually get that damage on their side of the board. And if I want, I can just finish them off with Espeon. I can try to find something else. We're just putting the pressure, and if he's not going to evolve Dratini, well, he has to pass the turn, and this would mean a knockout. So definitely, putting some pressure on the opponent. Of course, giving it this 10 damage here on the bench also adds to Splattering Sludge, because, well, the tension gas only works in basics, Splattering Sludge only works on the bench mons that have already some damage on them. Rare Candy on an active or on the one that has 50? On an active! Is he giving me a knockout there on the bench? I think he is. Or maybe he has the evolution. I don't know. I think he has the maybe he doesn't. So the Shrine of Punishment was not a bad call. And because, you know, I know that his deck is using a lot of energy, having, you know, Espeon benched and, you know, just wait for another energy is really good for me, because, well, he's gonna have a lot of it, right? He's gonna have a lot of energy in coming turns, and of course he needs that's Dragon Claw for 70, it's fine. That's a knockout, of course. Let's take a look. We drew a spell tag, that's not bad. And a fire type energy. So again, Welder on the Ditto this time. There we go. And as I said, right, Psychic type energy already on an Espeon, so Espeon is ready to go. Splattering Sludge. And I know, you know, each turn he's gonna just add more and more energy. Or this is a version of a deck that kind of relies on TCE. If that's a version of a deck that relies on TCE, that might be a bit of a problem. But again, I'm controlling how many prize cards he is taking. So in my head right now, I just want to get myself into the realm of Blacephalon, right? Like into the world of one and only Blacephalon. So from spell tag, knocking out Pidgeotto, definitely knocking out Pidgeotto. We can't, you know, we can't have this on the board. Of course, he's gonna get the energy here. 10 damage to an active, it's fine with me. And, you know, next turn, Shrine of Punishment, he's discarding Tapu Koko. That is really interesting play. That's, you know, this is a play that I was not expecting here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, that's a knockout, 3, and 1 here. It's all good, it's all fine. Taking prize card. Mysterious Treasure, we gonna have Blacephalon next turn. Okay. Oh, look at that. So I'm gonna discard Espeon. Because this Ditto, yeah, is gonna become Weezing, but I know I have Blacephalon. And I'm controlling the prize card. Like, this is, you know, really important, you know, controlling prize cards. And look at that. Like, I know I'm preparing this turn with Blacephalon. I have another Blacephalon in my hand. I have another Eevee in my hand. I can play Koffing if I want to. I have options, and that's all about, like, about having those options. And I'm playing Koffing because I don't want to lose energy on the Ditto to get to 3 prize cards. So Energy Crush, this is not a lot. This is only 60, right? As I said, it's hard to pull off more than 60, but each damage that I'm dealing gets me to where I need to be, gets me to where I want to be with Blacephalon not GX, but with Blacephalon. And with his attack, he can't actually knock me out. He can't actually knock out Espeon, which is quite interesting. And you see, like, getting rid of his Pidgeotto, right? That was a fantastic move by me. Heads down for your boy Raven, because, well, now I knew he has like 1 card in his hand, and he was okay. Reset Stamp. At this point, I don't think Reset Stamp is something that is going to hurt me, but I think he's preparing that Reset Stamp for later turns, right? For later times. And this is fine, this is not bad. I have my Blaze ready. He knows that. I can do actually just Energy Crush. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Energy Crush, knockout with Shrine of Punishment. Because the problem, you know, of GX decks against baby decks is that I am in control. Like, you have to knock out 6, and I only have to knock out 2, 3. Right, but their HP level is really high. Okay, so he's on this. Okay, so this is not a TCE version of a deck. So he's not manually, like, he's not putting TCE there, which is good. Because this means I can actually just play Weezing next turn. If I want, or you know what, no, I'm just gonna give him this Koffing. It's okay, I'm gonna give him this Koffing. That's 40 damage. Shrine of Punishment, of course, working as well. So there goes Koffing. Weezing. Shrine of Punishment working. And, well, with Shrine of Punishment in my hand, not even I don't have to have it in my hand. Next turn I have exactly 12 damage. 12 damage counter I'm dealing, and I exactly have a knockout. Right, he got rid of my Shrine of Punishment, but I do have one more in my hand, and that's why we do play BAM Shrines of Punishment. Because they are important. Like, 10 damage sometimes is winning or losing, and you know, in this scenario, he kind of knows where he's at. Like, he is counting everything. He knows that's a Dragon Claw. And it's okay, it's fine here, because right now we are in the 3 prize card territory. And let me tell you, that's a GG. That is a game. And that's why I was always saying, right, this Blacephalon was always good since day one. But just, it took people some time to actually see that. Look at that. There we go, that's a GG, ladies and gentlemen. That is a GG. I mean, you know, you can't fake that. It's just so good. It's just so good of a deck to play. So this is exactly how you play this deck, exactly how you run this deck. And the whole deck is down there below in the description. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you'll enjoy this deck as much as I am enjoying, because it's really fun. Like, honestly, it's one of those decks that I do enjoy spread decks. I can't lie, and you know, this one was definitely one of the funniest ones. You know, I had a fantastic time playing it, but you know, it's just important with this deck to know the prize cards. It's just important to, you know certain things and specific things that are inside that deck, that are inside your prize cards. Like, what can you discard? Like, we discarded Welder, and even though it was a bit of a risk, that was, you know, the risk that was needed, because if the card is dead in your hand, get rid of it. You don't have to keep it, right? You might draw into something better, and we did. We drew into another Welder with fire type energy, right? So that was a really good move. If I would, you know, not get rid of Welder and play that and custom catcher, well, I might have drew into second Welder. I never know. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Down there below, 5% discount, any code to purchase on Professor O. Goodbye and good night. Raven loves you. Take care. Have a fantastic time at your league and online with this deck. Love ya. Bye. See you on Twitch. Oh.